Yeah.
Actually, I am a beginner, so I don't know much about Git. So can you please explain more about it? I am not getting what Git is exactly, and also what is the use of Git all the time.
Okay, let me go back. Uh, Suppose you are creating a project and there are multiple files in it. Suppose there is a file called, uh, you can forget HTML. Suppose there is a text file, sir. Suppose a.txt. In there, I suppose I make some changes, then I save those changes. But you will find that there is basically no way to go back to the previous version of the file. Suppose you
And
wrote that my
yeah,
name
so
is, yeah, yeah.
there is, so not only that, say suppose you and I and everyone is working on the same piece of code, and that happens in big companies, for example. So every one of us is working on the same thing. So now you'll ask that suppose I'm working on some file and you are also working on the same file. So how can we both work on the same file and how will our changes be synchronized? Like for example, if I'm doing some change, how will that change be reflected for you? Like, there has to be some sort of management system, right? You understand that? So is that clear? Can you reply with that? That would be good.
Yeah, I got the basic idea.
So so for that we use Git. So what exactly is it? So for example, I am working on something and I changed a particular file, and I what I will do is I'll commit that. Commit means I have done it, and I'll that change is final from my side and that should be reflected in everyone. That piece of work is done. So I'll commit it and I'll push it. Push it means that push it to some server. Now what you can do is you can pull from the server and that change will be reflected from you. Let understand, keep that in a abstract point of view. So uh, that is one use of Git to manage the code. The other one that is Tanush telling right now. Tanush.
Yeah, basically I was telling that uh, you suppose you write that uh, this is a Git workshop in a txt file, and later on you changed it to uh, my name is Tanuj Agarwal. Suppose I wanted to go back to the version of the file in which it was written that this is a Git workshop. So you it is obvious that there is no way to go back to that version of the file. So what we do in Git is basically suppose I wrote that suppose I save that piece of work, like after writing my this is a Git workshop, I will commit those changes, and after later on when I change it and I wanted to go back to that commit, I can easily go back to that commit. How we do that, I will come to that later.
Yeah, so what Tanuj mentioned right now was, say for example, I messed up a bit on the code. There was something that I did wrong. So there also needs to be some sort of system so that we can go back to something that was working. So say I did some changes, I made a commit, and and that was wrong. So we need to go back to some other version. So that is what version control in Git means, that you can have multiple versions of it.
So Git is a software like that acts as a mediator between all the programmers, and it helps to program in a better way and with a
Yeah,
better
Yeah.
it,
coordination. Right.
yes, exactly.
Okay, thanks.
Any more questions till now?
So if you have any
What's
question, you can just unmute. Yeah, yeah, Udit.
what's the difference in this Git and GitHub?
So there is a very popular example. I'm not sure if I should say this. Uh, yeah, Tanuj, you can explain it better, I think.
You can say it, I think.
So if you can, I'll show with the meme. I think that would be better.
Yeah. uh, Till Means like uh, Git is local to your computer. You can think basically you can think of that, and you in a folder you are making those changes and you are committing, which I explained earlier, and all these are happening inside your computer. They and our main goal with Git was easy collaboration between different programmers. So there should be some kind of a service that help us host these repositories online, where anyone in the world can view them and clone them. By clone, I mean basically copy them to your local machine and do any kind of changes to it, and also push those changes onto GitHub so those changes are reflected.
Yeah, so GitHub is a service provider sort of thing that enables Git. Git is a software. Now I mentioned that you can push those changes to server. So GitHub is one such server. You can push it to GitHub and someone else can pull those changes from GitHub. Push and pull is literal sense. So you did some changes and you want to push those changes to some server. You want to basically reflect those changes on the server. So that term is called push. You can push those changes to server and you can pull those changes from server, as in I can pull the changes that someone else did. So that server, the GitHub is one such server. You can make your own server. That is also like you can make your own version of GitHub too.
ओके, तो
Git is the
मतलब
tech
गिट के
that
अंदर
in
इन गिट मैं ही कर सकता हूँ चेंज, और गिटहब में एक पूरी प्रोग्रामिंग कम्युनिटी मेरे प्रोग्राम के साथ मॉडिफिकेशन कर सकती है।
वो चीज Git में भी हो सकती है, but the point is कि uh, say for example, I'll give you a better example, I think. Um, say for example, you are writing on Docs, right? Uh, Google Docs. So Google Docs is something like GitHub. Now you can do that same thing without Google Docs as well, right? You can all work on the same computer. So that is like Git and GitHub. Git is the technology of maintaining those commits and pushing and pulling on a server. GitHub is one just server that got really popular. There are also like GitLab and all that sort of thing. So I think anyone who is a bit unclear on this, yeah, feel free to unmute and ask.
Can you
Yeah,
explain what repository is again?
so
You
when
can,
you work on
yeah,
a
yeah, go ahead.
so when you work on a project, you work in a folder, right? You directory. Do you know what a directory is?
Yes.
So that is basically a repository. So if you put that directory on GitHub, so Git will track that directory. Git will track that folder. So that folder is a repository. It is the container of all the files. So say
Okay.
I make
And
a so say I make a website and there are two files in it, index.html and page.html. So I put those two files in a folder. That folder is a repository.
where is it kept? Like,
So what actually happens is that Git, for Git to work, it needs to maintain files, right? Number of files, as I mentioned.
yes.
So instead of maintaining individual files, it tracks the whole folder and the individual files in it. The collection of those files is the repository.
Okay.
Yeah, Tanuj.
Yeah. So, what I will do is I start typing these commands in my computer, and you can follow along. And I'll give you some time to between each steps. So, if I'm going too fast, you can unmute yourself and stop me in the middle. So, uh, first thing you do is create a folder. Suppose I am naming it as trying it, and inside that folder I open my terminal. In Windows, this should be you can use your command prompt, or you can even use, I think, if you install Git, they give you something called Git Bash in Windows, and I think there is an option here for Git Bash there, or you can use your normal command prompt that you find in Windows. You can you go inside that folder and you write. Let me increase the size of this.
I hope everyone has downloaded Git. Is there
Yes.
someone who is having problem with installing Git in their system? You can unmute yourself. Okay, good. Tanush.
Then you write a simple command, git init.
1 minute. We have to open the git bash or git GUI.
Git bash.
Okay.
So basically what they did was, the people that were uncomfortable with using Git from command line, they made a graphic user interface, GUI, for them. So I recommend that you use the command line interface, but yeah, it's up to you. For the scope of this workshop, we'll be using command line interface, CLI.
After going inside that folder, you write git init and press enter, and you should get a message something like initialize empty repository. Don't worry about if you don't see this master part. This is something to do with my terminal and nothing to do with Git.
So this is how you basically initialize a GitHub repository or a GitHub project.
Has everyone done this, or
Sorry, but can you once again tell how to do it? I just installed the Git and I opened the Git bash and I created a folder. Then what I have to do?
you go inside that folder.
Okay.
In if you want to use your command line to go inside that folder, you can write cd and the folder name, or you can directly open your that folder in inside your Windows, and right click, and there should be an option for open in Git Bash.
I just got a disturbance. There is an option of Git GUI or Git bash, which I have to click.
Git
Git
Bash.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I done it.
Then you write git init.
So after that,
Okay.
you should get an option, message of initialized empty Git repository.
Okay, yeah. Just a second.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I came up with a long code or something like that. As soon as I wrote Git, I got a like a big source a type of code like thing. Not a code like thing, but language, a full type of language. मतलब बहुत बड़े पैराग्राफ टाइप आ गया कुछ, और फिर लास्ट में फिर से डॉलर वाला साइन आ गया और वहां से मैं लिख सकता हूँ, वैसा आ गया. तो वो डिड आई डन द राइट थिंग?
Did you write Git init? Like,
Yeah, I just wrote git git.
no, you have
Oh,
to write Git init. So when you write just Git, it will tell you all the possible commands.
Okay.
Excuse me, I haven't created the folder and I write git init in my git bash. So I haven't created the folder and I just open git bash and write git init. What should I do now?
So
you can create a folder and go inside that and create git init, because what you did basically now was, I think, wherever you opened your git bash, you initialize the empty repository in that entire folder. Like if you open it in desktop, by doing it in it, you initialize your entire desktop to be a Git repository.
So how to
So
find
by
the
this
I
means
also
what is being uploaded to Git means what the Git is tracking our entire desktop.
So for
It,
example, if you initialize a Git in a if you initialize Git in a particular folder, the Git will track all the folder, all the entire content of the content of the entire folder. So if you, for example, say made a folder and added 3 files in it, so the Git will track all the 3 files. Now there are ways if you want it to only track 2 files or something like that, but by default it tracks the entire content of the folder. So wherever you do your Git in it, that is what Git tracks. That is what will be on GitHub.
Hello, actually, I am also facing the same problem. When I downloaded from the link that you have provided, I'm only getting the Git bash and not the GUI that you are showing right.
Yeah.
no, this is
Uh,
Git bash. I am not using the GUI. This is actually Ubuntu, so your maybe the interface is a bit different. Your uh, this is my command line interface. In Windows, it will be the Git bash.
So now we have to only access the Git bash, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
so are there any questions?
Also, I was not able to understand how to make that folder from where.
So
You can normally create how you create in Windows, or if you want to use, you can write the command like something like that. Mkdir the folder name.
so
But
mkdir means make directory. So Tanuj, I am actually on Windows. Do you mind if I share my screen? That would be actually more
yeah,
convenient for the command line part.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I hope you guys can see the screen.
Yep.
Yes.
So for example, I opened my command prompt. I can also open my Git bash. It works on both of them. So say I go to E directory and I make a folder there. You know what? I'll do that this way also. So I opened my file explorer. I went to E and I make a folder, and I call it workshop. I can do that from command line as well, so not an issue. I opened my command prompt and I went to workshop. So now what I can do is I can do git init. So it will initialize an empty repository in this folder, this workshop folder, e/workshop. So that is what Tanuj is talking about. Yeah,
So
Tanuj, you can take it.
basically it tracks the directory in which we are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it will track the workshop folder that I just showed you. So if I put something in it, it will track that. So that's an easy way to track the projects, right? You get the ideology behind it.
तो मैं जैसे जैसे इस फोल्डर में
So,
अपना
but
कोड लिखता
that's
जाऊंगा वो गिटहब पे
not
अपलोड होता जाएगा.
privacy threat.
हाँ, मैं दोनों पे आता हूँ एक बार.
Git,
पहले
ठीक.
Udit ka question. No, it will not automatically track. There is a procedure to do that. We'll talk about it in just a minute. Sort of the privacy concern is that, yeah, if you put sensitive information in the folder, then definitely it will be on the web if you push it there. So that's why it is just tracking a single folder. So you have to be careful. You don't have to put client secret on some files that you don't want to be public, like your password or something. Yeah. So Tanuj, I think you can move move ahead with other things.
uh, yeah, let's go to that later. So now I want to open that file in a code editor. You can use any code editor you want. For this, I am using VS Code. So I write code space dot. So this will open my current folder in Visual Studio Code. You can, if you are using any other text editor, you can open that folder inside using that. Now let me suppose create any file. Uh, like I'm creating hello world dot cpp. It doesn't have to be a C++ file. It can be anything you want. And suppose I write any code I want.
Like, are you guys familiar with C++ or like should we shift to Python or something? What are you guys familiar with?
So Python.
Python is better as we have that
Python.
in. We know
Okay,
that.
sure.
Like, it
I'll show
doesn't
Python.
matter much, but yeah, you can do that.
Mm, Suppose here I write anything. It doesn't matter what you write. I write hello world. Uh, in this, you will find a command line. In VS Code, there is a terminal inbuilt. You can keep using your git bash. It doesn't matter. Or you can use switch to the terminal you find inside the VS Code. They they will do the same thing. Uh, then suppose I write this command git status. So if you read carefully what it's telling me, that I'm on something called a branch master. And what is this branch master? I'll come to that later. And I have no commits yet. And there are two untracked files in this current folder. Now suppose I write git add and the name of a file hello world.py and press enter, and then again I write git status. Now you will see something different. You see that you get something like there is uh, changes to be committed. There is a new file called hello world, and this is an untracked file which is different. There was later before there was some two files were untracked, and now I am seeing that I wrote hello world. I wrote git add in the file name, so that file is waiting to be committed. I can also write git add dot, and what git add dot will do is it will add all the files that have that are present inside my directory to be committed. So if I write git status again, not status, now I am seeing that there are two files yet to be committed.
So suppose you're working on a project, and that project contains two files, that hello-world.cpp and hello-world.py, and you have completed hello-world.py and you're ready to commit it, but you aren't finished with hello-world.cpp. So this is how you can like select, you can add one particular file in it, and you can with the help of git at dot you can add the entire all the files that you created or modified. What adding means is that you are ready to commit these files. You basically bring them to a stage where you will commit it. What commit means is you basically are ready to push it to the server. You created uh, you basically created a mark that okay, this is what the entire code looks like at this point, and can iterate on it again and again. Yeah, that's it.
Uh, are there are there any question till this point?
कोई ऐसा है जिसको कुछ भी समझ नहीं आया अभी तक? Yeah, Rohit has raised his hand. Rohit, can you unmute and speak?
वो मेरा GI git इंस्टॉल नहीं हुआ अभी तक, हो नहीं रहा वो
Um,
इंस्टॉल।
so what we can do is uh, वैसे वो prerequisite था, you should have downloaded it, but अब नहीं हुआ तो we basically recording it so we can upload it
Okay.
there. You can watch it again. You can like अभी भी देखते रहे और watch it again.
Okay.
Harsh, I don't have VS, so I have opened Python terminal and then I printed hello world. Then what I have to do in that terminal? After that, I didn't get.
So Tanuj.
Yeah, so you wrote anything you in this hello world.py file, you write anything. So I am writing hello world, print hello world, and in my terminal or git bash, whatever you are using, you write first you write git status. When you first write git status, you will get that you have some untracked files in your folder, and later on if you write git add dot, you will see that you have uh, you have two files ready to be committed, or how many number of files you have.
So you said that you wrote that in Python console. Uh, you
Yeah, I
created a
wrote.
file, right? So you have
Yeah,
to
no,
create a
I just
file for.
did Python and I clicked on it and I opened the terminal of Python. I write git status, but it's showing syntax error.
So
Okay.
you what you are doing is you are actually uh, you're basically compiling code in Python. You're not creating a file. So create a file in the directory. Shubham, are you getting what I'm saying?
Wait. Yeah, just how to create a file in the Python directory.
So use a text editor. So अगर आपके पास VS Code है या फिर Vim है या कुछ भी है, so just
Right now, ID like I've installed
yeah,
Anaconda and
yes.
PyCharm. So
So
I
you
have to
can
go. And then,
yes.
You
So
can put
PyCharm का command क्या होता था मैं भूल गया.
uh, I also don't remember the command. You can do something like this. You can simply open PyCharm, and there I think you will have an option to open a file using that.
okay, wait, I'm opening the PyCharm.
Anyone else has any doubt?
if you're using PyCharm, you can simply create, you can click on file open, then go to the directory that you want to open and click OK.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, Rohit, you were trying to say something. तेरा hand raise है शायद.
मेरा भी गिट इंस्टॉल हो गया अभी, उसके बाद मैं यहाँ तक कैसे पहुंचूँ?
So first you can do is git init in a folder, and then you can open a text editor and create a file, any file, HTMLs, Python, C++, anything. Even a text file.
गिट इंस्टॉल हो गया पर मेरे को कुछ गिट की कोई फाइल नहीं मिल रही है मेरे लैपटॉप में.
गिट की फाइल नहीं मिल रही मतलब? अच्छा,
मतलब मैं
गिट बैश नहीं मिल रहा. तो like search in window, right? Windows वाला बटन दबा and then type it there, git bash. या फिर command prompt भी खोल सकते हैं, cmd.
git cmd,
not git cmd, git bash. Either you can open git bash or सीधा command prompt.
हाँ git bash.
Okay, cool. You
git
can
bash में
even
टाइप करना
add
है git init.
what?
git bash में टाइप करना है git init.
Yeah. To go to a folder that you want to make a repository, उस पर जाकर के git init. Start a project, make a folder. What Tanuj is doing actually, जो वो Python C++ वाली फाइल बनाई, अगर किसी को प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं भी आती as such, तो तुम लोग एक टेक्स्ट फाइल भी बना सकते हो. Just make a hello.txt, you can make a file, और उसके अंदर कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. That will also be tracked by Git. It's not just for coding, it is for any file.
Can you please repeat how to open a folder in Git Bash?
Can you repeat the question first?
How to open a folder in Git Bash? I mean, what we have to write to open the folder.
Tanuj, can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, I'll open Git Bash. It should look like this, I think. So, say I go to my desktop and I create a folder. Then I can go to the folder workshop, and then I can initialize git init. So an empty repository is initialized in this folder, desktop/workshop. Now what I can do is I can open this folder. It will open in VS Code. Let me just show you that. Okay, so this is the workshop folder. You can see it
The
is written
same
there.
thing, how will I will do in the PyCharm that you have done to open the virtual CC plus?
So PyCharm का command होता है शायद pycharm.bat. I am not very sure. मैं Google search कर रहा हूँ अभी.
मे बी PyCharm को शायद से एक्सटर्नली ऐड करना होता है पाथ में, इसलिए
Yeah, I
you
think
can
so too.
for now you can
अगर
simply
कुछ भी
open
नहीं है ना,
PyCharm.
तो what you can do is I think Vim से भी हो जाता है. Vim test.txt. Yeah, so इसमें
गिट डाउनलोड करते वक्त हमने डिफॉल्ट टेक्स्ट एडिटर चूज किया था, तो वो अपने आप नहीं खुलना चाहिए.
नहीं, वो जो तुम वो जो डिफॉल्ट टेक्स्ट एडिटर तुमने चूज किया था वो कुछ और था. वो तुम्हारा गिट के कमांड्स में कभी कभी कोई टेक्स्ट एडिटर खुलता है, उसमें काम आता है. और जो VS कोड वाला टेक्स्ट एडिटर है वो तो सिंपल आईडी ही है जो तुम नॉर्मली कोई कोड लिखने के लिए यूज करते हो.
अगर किसी के पास VS Code नहीं है, तो अगर VS Code है तो you can just write code in it. अगर VS Code नहीं है तो you can write Vim और फाइल का नाम, तो I write hello.txt. ठीक है, और this will something like this will open. उसके बाद press I उससे यहाँ पे इंसर्ट लिखा हुआ आ जाएगा एंड देन यू कैन राइट योर मैसेज. सो से आई विल राइट हेलो वर्ल्ड. उसके बाद फिर मैं एस्केप दबाऊंगा. उसके बाद फिर मैं कॉलन दबाऊंगा और WQ. उससे hello डॉट टेक्स्ट फाइल क्रिएट हो जाएगी हेलो वर्ल्ड. ठीक है. सो दिस इज हाउ टू क्रिएट अ फाइल. इसके बाद तनुज ने क्या किया था कि उसने गेट स्टेटस. तो मैंने देखा कि ये दोनों फाइल अभी तक ऐड नहीं करी है मैंने. आई एम नॉट. अगर मैं कमिट करता हूँ अभी यहाँ पे तो कोई भी फाइल ऐड नहीं हुई है तो आई कांट कमिट. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं फाइल ऐड करता हूँ गेट ऐड hello डॉट टेक्स्ट. तो ये hello डॉट टेक्स्ट फाइल ऐड हो गई है. यू कैन सी यहाँ पे ए लिखा आ गया. दिस इज ऐड. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या? इट कैन बी अ बिट ओवरवेलमिंग. मतलब ऐसा सोच सकते हो तुम लोग, बट या दिस इज बेसिक स्टफ.
Can you please scroll up? I have to see what you have written.
So yeah.
The codes above it all.
क्या समझा नहीं.
जो इसके ऊपर के कोड्स है वो जो शुरू किया था जहाँ से.
Okay, cool.
I'm just pasting the link to the slides in the chat. You will find all the commands there.
तो कौन कौन जहां तक मैं पहुंचा वहां तक पहुंच चुका है? किस किसने फाइल क्रिएट कर ली है? एक बार हैंड रेज करना. क्योंकि दैट इज गुड. काफी लोग, तो 4 ही लोग दिख रहे हैं मुझे. 5.
अभी यूज नहीं कर रहे मीट की वजह से, साथ में चल रही है लैपटॉप.
This is a workshop that you should do it simultaneously. This is a hands-on sort of thing. ताकि तुम लोग डाउट पूछ सको. So I would recommend करो, but like there is some genuine reason तो कोई बात नहीं.
Okay.
किस किस का नहीं हुआ या फिर हेल्प चाहिए? In raise your hand. बाकी सब नीचे कर लो. Yeah, so रवि तुम्हें हेल्प चाहिए क्या? Okay, Harpreet and Rishik, where are you stuck?
I've created the hello world, but then what should I do actually?
So you can add that file. You can do git add and then file name.
Like, can you show it once?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks.
I did it here. Git add hello.txt. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
I did cd space d and it is showing no such file or directory exists.
So capital D desktop. So Tanuj, I think you can.
Yeah.
So if you have any doubt, you can like unmute and speak. No issues. Tanuj.
Please scroll up again, please.
Hello. I have opened the PyCharm settings, gone to the tool and the terminal, and in the terminal it is showing cmd.ex. I have to change it to bash or something else.
No, it's not necessary. Unless try to type git status in it.
In the shell path.
Yeah. You mean the basically
PyCharm.
वो बोल रहे हैं ना, PyCharm का टर्मिनल बोल रहे हो ना? हाँ, उसमें git status टाइप कर.
हाँ, कर दिया.
एंटर.
हाँ, कर दिया. नीचे एक टर्मिनल का वो आ गया ऑप्शन.
टर्मिनल का ऑप्शन आगे कुछ आउटपुट आया होगा ना की जैसे ऑन अ ब्रांच मास्टर समथिंग लाइक दैट.
नहीं, बस टर्मिनल पे क्लिक कर रहा हूँ, ओपन होके तुरंत नीचे आ जा रहा है।
कुछ लिखा भी हुआ है। तन्मय कुछ लिखा हुआ है क्या वहां पर? या फिर what you can do, you can post the screenshot of that on Discord, someone will help you.
Okay.
Okay. Dhruv, you were asking something.
What is the meaning of these untracked files?
So these are the files that will not be that Git is not tracking. तो अगर मैं इसमें कोई change करता हूँ तो Git को पता नहीं चलेगा।
So this will not harm anything.
नहीं नहीं,
Because
but हाँ मतलब if you want Git to track it, you should add it.
in my computer, the untracked file is showing all D directory. D directory is showing in this untracked files. So
So
will it harm anything?
which directory is showing in untracked?
I have created a new volume D directory, and all the files are showing in untracked files.
So what you can do is you can add them. So git add and file name. So it will start tracking that file.
But I don't want to track these files, so I have to do nothing.
If you don't want Git to track these files, but उस repository के सारी files, that's the purpose of it, right? You want Git to track some files.
तो इससे कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी ना शायद?
नहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा।
ओके ओके
ठीक है तानुज, I think you can continue.
Next up, let's go to making commits. पहले suppose I in Git again I am writing git add. Now suppose it's showing me that these files are yet to be committed, and suppose now I write git commit -m double quotes. Inside double quotes you write any message. I am writing created hello world files. It doesn't have to be this, you can write any message. It's generally a good convention to write meaningful messages. And you press enter. And it's showing me that I have created these files and there are this many insertions. And you see this ID, this is what we call a commit ID. Now suppose now I type git status. I see that there is nothing to committed. We are working on a clean tree. Now suppose I change my hello.txt file to something like hello world or anything you want, dollar exclamation. Then again suppose I write git status. Now it's showing me that there is the one file has been modified. Then again I want to commit these changes. Then you go through the again same routine, git add either the file name or dot if you want to track the entire directory. Suppose I am writing hello.txt. Now again I write git status. Then it's showing me that this file is yet to be committed. Then write git commit -m change text. It's showing me that one file has been changed. There has been one insertion and one deletion. By meaning that I changed this line, there was an insertion and the previous line was deleted. Any doubt in this?
So I created a channel in by the name of workshops. You can post your queries there. Second year में से कोई active है क्या यहाँ पे भी? अभिषेक, आकर्षित, दर्शित, कोई है क्या?
हाँ
So you can perhaps resolve their queries. वो
ओके
Discord पे चैनल देख लो वर्कशॉप्स का. Cool.
Now, suppose you want to check all the commits that you have done. You write git log, and this will give the complete history of all the commits that you did. This is what we call a commit ID, and this is an author, date. Uh, we don't care about this information, and this was the text that you wrote inside the double quotes.
So basically, say you're working on something and you want to add 10 features in it. Okay. So you added one feature, you committed those changes and pushed it maybe. We'll show how to push changes, another thing. So then you added second feature maybe, and then you committed it. And you keep on doing it, and say you are on third feature, and say something blew up, something went wrong, so you can restore to the previous commit. So that is why you commit, basically, to iterate, and if something goes wrong you can go back. So you must be thinking that why not do the entire thing and put it in all one commit only. So yeah.
You can also do something like git log minus minus one line, and this will, instead of showing too much information, it will only show the commit ID and the text that you put inside the commit, your file, that double quotes.
Say someone is asked the question that git commit is showing author identity unknown. So basically you haven't told git who you are. Like, तो उसको नहीं पता कि तुम कौन हो. So what you can do is, Tanuj, perhaps you can show them that you can git username is equal to like whatever.
I don't
Git
remember the exact
global
command.
user, I think. I'll search for it. Just a second.
It was git user.
Git config global username. That sort of thing. So suppose you have made an account on GitHub with the username or something or some email. So what you can do is git config / global. You can check out the Discord channel. It's there. Put it here as well. So now it will show who you are. So instead of user.email, you can also tell it user.username.
Any questions?
How many of you are following? अभी तक कौन-कौन साथ चल रहा है? Can you raise your hands? That's a very less number of people. ये किस-किस को issues है और क्या-क्या issues है? Let's go line by line. इसमें टाइम लग जाएगा.
मेरे CD स्पेस कैपिटल D में वो डेक नो फाइल दिखा रहा है.
What you तो Windows पे है या Linux पे?
मैं विंडोज पे हूँ.
So what you can do is कि just a second, will मतलब वो प्रॉब्लम कुछ होगा. तनुज मैं एक मिनट स्क्रीन शेयर कर दूँ. So से कि तो किसी फोल्डर पे है. Just a second. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं वर्क फोल्डर में हूँ और मैं अपने वर्कशॉप डायरेक्टरी पे जाता हूँ, तो मैं यहाँ पे सीधा cmd लिखता हूँ और इससे ये कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट खुल जाएगा. ठीक है, वर्कशॉप में. नाउ व्हाट आई कैन डू इज यहाँ पे मैं गेट इनिट करता हूँ या फिर गेट ऐड या मतलब जो भी फाइल है. बट इसमें विम नहीं चलेगा, सो कीप दैट इन माइंड। इसमें कोड then you can see कि ये टेस्ट फाइल यहाँ पर आ गई है। now you can add it, you can check its status, and then you can commit it.
ओके मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ।
If you haven't installed VS Code, I will recommend you to या तो VS Code कर लो या फिर Sublime कर लो। Those are, I think, good for beginners. Sublime छोटा सा है, जल्दी हो जाएगा। What you can also do is अगर तुम्हारे पास कुछ भी नहीं है, या फिर जैसे for example PyCharm में, so you can just create a new file here, a new file. So फॉर एग्जांपल अगर PyCharm है किसी के पास, तो विद PyCharm की मैंने एक फाइल बनाई किसी भी नाम से। यहाँ पे ओपन विद में PyCharm का ऑप्शन है, इसमें बस एटम है, या फिर नोटपैड में भी खोल सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। यू कैन कोड ऑन नोटपैड एज वेल। सो मैं यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ ऑन नोटपैड। मैं इसको सेव करता हूँ, मैं इसको बंद करता हूँ, वापस से कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट पे आता हूँ और यहाँ पे मैं देखता हूँ गेट स्टेटस। So it will say कि ये वाली फाइल जो है वो अनट्रैक्ड है। अच्छा, एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है यहाँ पे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ये नोटपैड में खोलता हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे इसको टेस्ट बट चेंज कर देता हूँ, ठीक। और अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैंने उसको तो कमिट कर दिया था, अगर किसी को याद हो तो ऊपर। अब मैं करता हूँ गेट ऐड सिर्फ विद pycharm.txt, ठीक है। नाउ अब मैं गेट स्टेटस दोबारा चेक करता हूँ, सो इट विल शो कि ये वाली फाइल जो नहीं थी, ये दिस इज एडेड, ये कमिट हो जाएगी, बट ये वाली मॉडिफाइड हुई है और ये ऐड नहीं हुई अभी तक, तो मेरे को इसको स्पेसिफिकली ऐड करना पड़ेगा। या फिर आई कुड जो जस्ट गेट ऐड डॉट और फिर ये भी ऐड हो जाएगी। यू कैन सी द बोथ, ये वाली फाइल मॉडिफाई हुई है, ये वाली फाइल नहीं बनाई है। देन व्हाट आई कैन डू इज गेट commit added new files. Notepad file. Yeah. So मतलब किसी के पास टेक्स्ट एडिटर नहीं है तो नोटपैड में भी खोल सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। If you are on Windows. अगर लिनक्स में हो तो लिनक्स में शायद लिब्रेपैड होता है, नॉट वेरी श्योर। इक्विवेलेंट क्या है इसका? विम तो है ही नहीं तो। ठीक है, अब फॉलो कर पा रहे हैं क्या लोग? किस किस को अभी भी दिक्कत है? रेज योर हैंड। Don't be shy to ask. या हरप्रीत, क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
हमने वो गिट बैश में आपने जो डेस्कटॉप पे फाइल क्रिएट करने का था वो कर लिया, और आगे गिट इनिट भी कर लिया। फिर मेरे पास पाइचार्म नहीं था, मैंने इंस्टॉल किया, मैंने पाइचार्म ओपन किया। अब क्या करूँ मैं? तो
उसमें तो फाइल एडिट कर सकते हो, उसमें कोई फाइल क्रिएट कर और फाइल को फिर ऐड कर दे।
पाइचार्म ओपन करो तो एक न्यू प्रोजेक्ट।
हाँ, तो उसमें ओपन प्रोजेक्ट का बटन होगा, वहां से ब्राउज कर ले।
अच्छा,
या ध्रुव,
ये ऑथर आइडेंटिटी अननोन का क्या करना होगा?
उसके लिए एक बार चैट चेक कर, उसमें एक कमांड है। सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज जस्ट अ सेकंड। सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ये करता हूँ, मेरा मैं अपने यूजर नेम इसमें डाल देता हूँ। नाउ इट विल नो कि मैं कौन हूँ। और अगर मैं चेक करता हूँ तो यू कैन सी मेरा नाम है यहाँ पे, मतलब मैंने ये पहले से डाल रखा था, इस वजह से इन कमिट्स में दिख रहा है। अगर मैंने पहले से ना डाल रखा होता तो यहाँ पे अनोनिमस मतलब लिखा होता है, कुछ भी। ठीक है, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? ठीक है तानू, आई थिंक वी कैन मूव अहेड।
Yeah. Uh, you have committed those changes. Now suppose you can, I told you about those commit IDs. You can, now suppose you want to go back to a previous commit. So like in my case, uh, I have two commits and I want to go back to this commit, or I want to delete this commit, something of that sort. So there are three things you can do. You can check out a commit. By checking out a commit, you mean that I am currently on this commit. I can check out what this commit, and how we'll do that, I will show that later. By checking out this commit, I mean you can see what are the changes that were done in this commit. And by revert commit, I mean that you can basically undo all the changes that you did in a particular commit. Suppose if I revert this commit, then all the changes that are being done, which I did in this commit, which will be reverted. Means they will be basically, you can think of it as deleted, but it is not actually that case. I'll show what I mean by that. And by reset, and one more thing you can do is reset a commit. In reset a commit, you can basically go back to any commit you want, previous commit. Like in this, you can go back to this commit, and all these commits which I had done will be lost. Let's go it one by one. Let me make some more commits for now. I'm basically adding some more commits now. Now suppose I do git log -- one line. Now I have 3 commits. I want to see all the changes that were done in this commit. By the way, to exit this screen, you can press Q. I'm talking about this screen. This screen. I want to go back to this commit. So copy this commit ID. Then I write git checkout that commit ID. And I press enter. You see that the changes which I did in my previous commit, I cannot see them here. Now again, if I type git checkout, and this time I write master. And what is this master? I'll come to that later. We call this as branches. And I write git checkout master. Then I go back to my latest commit and I see that all the things are all present as they were before. So the use of git checkout checking out a commit is that you can check out the changes that you did previously in a commit. Any doubts in this? Yeah, let's go ahead. Coming to reverting a commit. By reverting a commit, I mean that any commit that you did, you can undo the changes of that commit. Now again, if I type git log minus minus one line, then suppose I want to undo all the changes that I did in this file, then I can simply write git revert and that commit ID and press enter. Uh, you will get you will either you will open Vim or a file something. I think for Windows it will be Vim, and that I someone was asking a question, right? What did you mean by selecting the Git was asking for a default text editor. So this is the default text editor which Git was asking for before. So uh, you can press escape, then write uh, sp- uh, uh, let me write it here. You can write colon WQ and to close that file. Then I see that my previous commit has been reverted. So I will see all the changes that I did in my commit that has been reverted back. Now, if I write git log minus minus one line again, I, I see that I have a new commit, a revert change text. This means that sorry, not this file, all the changes that I did in this file has been reverted. So if you remember before it was something, it was I think hello world exclamation something like that, but now all the changes have been reverted.
So basically, if something went wrong, you can go back to any initial version of something. It may seem like something pointless, but if you're working on big projects, this is something that is very useful.
uh, the next thing we do is reset a commit. In, again, suppose I write git log minus minus one line. Now I have 4 commits and I want to go back to this commit and basically delete all these commits. If I delete all these commits, what kind of changes will we see? Suppose if this commit is deleted, change change text. So after resetting, I should get back that hello world version of the file. And if I delete this commit, change Python file, I should get the hello world version of this file. Let me write it. Let me copy the ID first. and I write git reset. And that commit ID. Press enter. You see that there hasn't been any changes. What it means, what it has done now is, if you write git status, you're seeing that all these changes have been unstaged. All these changes have been unstaged, means they are yet to be committed. Now, now again, if you commit these files,
Yeah, Harpreet, I'm getting some background noise from you. Can you mute yourself?
and you write git log minus minus one line. Now you see that there were the two previous commit that I had, that those have been deleted, and I have gone back to this commit, which I did just now. There's one more thing you can do is git reset commit ID and minus minus hard. What that will do is all the changes that you did will be. Let me try to show you what I mean by that. If I go back to this commit now, my first commit that I did, created hello world file, and I write git reset that commit ID minus minus hard. You see that all the changes that I did after creating the hello world files, those have been reset. Now if I try to do git log minus minus one line again, I see that I have only one commit, and all the commits that I had, those have been deleted. Any questions in this?
Yeah, feel free to ask question, guys. You can ask on Discord as well.
Further, let me go ahead then if there isn't any questions. Something called branches. What we were doing currently were that there was a single, we were committing some changes one by one in a particular line, and that we call it as a branch. But doing this in a practical scenario is not a good practice. Suppose you want to create a new feature. So the the master or the main branch is the branch that you will use to push the code to your that will be used in a server, and it is not a good idea to make changes to that directly. So instead what you do is create something called a branch that will be separated from your master branch and make commits in that branch. So all those commits that you did in this branch will not be shown in this in your master branch, and later when you are happy with that feature branch, uh, you can name this branch any way you want. I'm calling it as a feature branch, and you can merge that branch back into your master branch. This will what you will uh, and all the core changes that you did in this branch will be merged into your master branch, and you can then you can use this code in your, suppose you're using it in a server. I'll show you how to create a branch now. Okay. Now, like suppose I type git branch, and my branch name. Suppose I'm calling it as feature. Now, if I type git branch -a, I see that there are two branches, something called a master branch and something called a feature branch. If I want to go to my feature branch, I write git checkout feature and press enter. Now, if you type git branch -a, you see that you are now on something called a feature branch. Now, while being on feature branch, if I make some changes, like in this hello world file, I changed hello world to just hello, and I do git status and write git add git commit -m changed to hello. Now, if you do git log --1 line, you see that you have two commits in this branch. But now, if I do git checkout master, you see that it goes back to the version it was before. Basically, all the changes that you are doing in the feature branch are separate from your master branch. Now, if you go back again to your feature branch, your changes are intact, and whenever you are happy with all the changes that you have done in this branch, you can merge this branch into your master branch and uh, do whatever you want with the branch, mostly like getting it live to a server. Any questions in this?
फीचर ब्रांच बस टेम्परेरी होती है क्या?
नहीं, मतलब ऐसा हम लोग फॉलो करते हैं कि मास्टर ब्रांच में हम लोग डायरेक्टली चेंजेस नहीं करते, मतलब डायरेक्टली कमिट्स नहीं मारते, क्योंकि मास्टर ब्रांच को क्लीन रखना प्रेफर करते हैं, क्योंकि वो तुम्हारी मेन ब्रांच होती है। तो ऐसा करते हैं कि जब भी कुछ नए फीचर ऐड करना होते हैं तो एक ब्रांच बना लेते हैं, उसका नाम कुछ भी दे लो। सपोज मैंने अपना ब्रांच का नाम फीचर दिया था, तो वो ब्रांच बना ली, उस ब्रांच में जितने जो कमिट्स करने कर लो। फिर उस ब्रांच जब तुम उस ब्रांच से उस फीचर से हैप्पी हो, तब उस ब्रांच को वापस मास्टर में मर्ज कर सकते हो या उसको डायरेक्टली पुश कर देते हो गिटहब पे।
ओके, सो मास्टर में पुश करने पे जहाँ से हमने फीचर में और मास्टर अलग करी थी, वो वहीं से ऐड होनी शुरू हो जाएगी उसमें।
हाँ, मतलब जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पर ये कमिट, यहाँ इस कमिट के बाद मैंने एक फीचर ब्रांच बना दी, तो उसके बाद मैंने जितने भी कमिट्स किए फीचर ब्रांच में कमिट्स किए, और जब वापस मर्ज मास्टर के साथ मर्ज किया, वो मर्ज कैसे करते अभी दिखाता हूँ। उस मर्ज करने के बाद हमने देखा कि ये जितने भी कमिट्स होंगे वो मास्टर ब्रांच में भी आ जाएंगे।
अगर मर्ज करने से पहले मास्टर ब्रांच में भी मैं कोई चेंज कर रखा हो तो वो उसका क्या होगा?
हाँ, उसमें ऐसा होगा कि अगर तुम सेम फाइल में चेंजेस कर रहे हो तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आ जाए। उस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को कैसे रिजॉल्व करता है वो मैं दिखा दूंगा अभी। और अगर ऐसा हो रहा है कि तुम कोई सेपरेट फाइल्स में चेंजेस कर रहे हो या सेम फाइल में भी चेंजेस कर रहे हो बट सेपरेट लाइंस में चेंजेस कर रहे हो, तो वो तभी भी मर्ज कर देगा। इतना गिट इंटेलिजेंट है कि उसको समझ में आ जाए कि कौन से क्या हो रहा है। बट अगर तुम सेम मास्टर और फीचर ब्रांच में सेम लाइन पे चेंजेस कर रहे हो और फिर फीचर को मास्टर में मर्ज करने की कोशिश की, तो वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट दिखाएगा। उसको रिजॉल्व कैसे करूंगा अभी दिखा देता हूँ।
बेसिकली अगर अपने आप गिट मर्ज कर सकते हैं उनको कि तूने अपने अलग अलग लाइन में या फिर अलग अलग फाइल में चेंज किया है तो गिट तो ऑटोमेटिकली मर्ज कर देगा, फिर तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। बट मान ले मैंने भी फर्स्ट लाइन में चेंज किया, तूने भी फर्स्ट लाइन में चेंज किया, तो गिट मुझे दिखा देगा कि भाई तुम दोनों ने फर्स्ट लाइन में चेंज किया है और मैनुअली रिजॉल्व करो। तो जो मर्ज कमिट इसने लिखा है ना तनुज ने, वो मर्ज कमिट इसीलिए होता है ताकि अगर कोई कन्फ्लिक्ट है उनको हैंडल कर सके।
ओके ओके।
अब सपोज इसको मर्ज करता हूँ मैं। I try to merge the feature branch into the master branch. So first I go back to my master branch and I write git merge and the branch I wanted to merge, which was feature, and I press enter. It's showing me that this has been this commit ID has been forwarded to this commit ID. Means the commits that I made in the feature branch have been added to my master branch. Now suppose I write git log -1 line. So you are seeing that the commits that I had in the feature branch have now been added to my master branch. Now coming to the question, अगर मैंने मास्टर ब्रांच और फीचर ब्रांच दोनों में एक साथ चेंजेस कर दी तो क्या होगा? पहले मैंने सपोज एक नई ब्रांच बनाई, गिट ब्रांच फीचर, नॉट फीचर, इस बार लेट्स से कुछ भी नाम रख लो, changed hello, this is the name of my branch. एक शॉर्टकट भी है गिट ब्रांच और डायरेक्टली उस ब्रांच में जाने की, गिट चेकआउट -b and the name of the branch, any branch you want to create, change hello, which I was creating here. So what this will do is create a branch name, change hello, and directly go to that branch. So currently now I am in git changed hello branch. You try to type git branch -a, you see that you are in changed hello branch. And you make, after coming to this, you make changes in, suppose this hello world.py file. I write git, I change it to something, my name is something, anything, Tanuj. Then I commit changed py file. I forgot to add it. Git add, git commit. Now instead of merging it directly, suppose let me go back to my master branch again. The change which I did has now been gone because that is in different branch. And now if I try to make changes in another file, hello.txt file, I'm changing it to hello world. And this mind that I'm doing this in master branch. And I add this file and commit. So what is now essentially has been done is I created a commit in my master branch and I created a commit in the feature branch. But now if I try to merge feature branch into my master branch, I write git merge feature, not feature, change hello. So now you are seeing what you call a merge commit, because I created a commit in master branch and I created a commit in my change hello branch, and I tried to merge that branch. Even when I had I tried to merge that branch into my master branch. So it was not like the master branch and the change hello branch, they were separated, but essentially the master branch was one commit ahead. So the git will try to merge this, and we see a message something called merge made by recursive strategy. Mm, as we made changes in two separate files, git was intelligent enough to see that it can directly merge those two branches without causing any conflicts. But if we try to make the changes in the same branch, same line, we'll see a conflict. I will show that also. Uh, any doubt in this currently?
No, अभी तो नहीं है.
Okay, then is बार let's try to make changes in the same line. I am now in my master branch and I change it to my name. My name is suppose something blah blah, anything, and I commit the, and let me not do this first. Uh, First, let me create a new branch, something minus b, something called feature 2 suppose, and this I in this branch I change it to something called my name is blah blah, and I committed this. Now let me go back to my master branch. And this time I change the same line to something, my name is quality something. And commit this changes. This I am doing in my master branch, remember. Quality, anything. Now if I try to merge my feature 2 branch into my master branch, you get a error message that there was a conflict. So what this is saying is that there was a head branch, which is my master branch, which is telling me that this should be the changes, and there is a branch called feature 2 branch telling me that this line should be present. These options will depend on which text editor you are using. You can manually change this. Suppose I talk to the person who is working on the feature 2 branch. and we both decide that we want to keep both these lines. So just delete those jargons which were present, and now I have this file. I want to keep these two changes. Now if then simply write git commit, nothing else, only git commit, and press enter. Wait, let me just a second. Sorry, let me write something. Git commit -m resolve conflict. Not git commit. Sorry. First add add that file. Git add, and now I write git commit. And see there. Then I see that feature to branch has been merged into this. So essentially now I have both the features that I actually wanted. And now let me check my log. What I see is that I get a merge commit of that feature to branch which was merged, and this was a merge commit of that changed hello branch that we merged before. Any doubt in this?
Like how many people are following along? अभी तक कौन कौन को समझ आ रहा है? Raise your hand. किसी को नहीं आ रहा क्या?
वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, काफ़ी सारे कमांड्स हो गए, थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया लग रहा है कमांड्स का,
So
लेकिन
basically,
अभी प्रैक्टिकली नहीं किया है।
you'll have to do it to understand it. I hope you're doing it simultaneously. साथ साथ कर रहा है क्या?
नहीं, मैं साथ साथ हो ही नहीं रहा है।
So basically, इसकी recording भी मिल जाएगी तुझे. Like we'll post it, or you can like search it on Google as well. So you'll have to do it.
हाँ, करूँगा।
Starting overwhelming लगेगा, but when you start working in a big project, this will become very simple compared to the things you will eventually start doing in, I can guarantee, in 2 to 3 months.
This like दो महीने के बाद you will be doing this intuitively. तो बिना सोचे ये लिख रहे होगे. Like अभी तुम समझ नहीं आ रहा तब तुम्हें सोचना भी नहीं पड़ेगा. This will be like muscle memory. ठीक है. Perhaps Tanuj, we can take it in a bit different direction. मतलब repository में push कैसे करते हैं वो सब चीजें.
हाँ, उसी पे आ रहा था अभी.
ठीक है.
Conflict. Coming to GitHub. As I told before, GitHub is nothing but a cloud a service provider in which you keep the repositories. There are two things which you can do in Git. You first let me try to push the changes that you did, the repository we are working on. Let me try to push that onto GitHub. And another way is that to clone a repository directly from GitHub. Let me show you the first one. Push an existing repository. For to do this, go to GitHub and your profile, repositories, and click on new. You can name it anything you want to keep it in sync with what I have on my local. I'm writing it is trying it. You have two options, make it public or private. By public, you mean anyone on the internet can view it, or private, you mean anyone you and anyone you want, only they can view it. I'm keeping it as public now. These options are uh, you can add those. This is a README file which is basically tells you about what this repository is doing and the steps to build run this repository locally. other stuff. This git ignore files and all are not important now. And create repository. So you will have a repository called git trying it created with in your uh, username / trying it. Now suppose I want to push changes to this repository, all the things that we have done currently. I want to push them into this repository. We call this repository as a remote repository because it is remote to our local machine. So for that, you write this command: git remote add origin repo URL. That repo URL is this URL. You go to code and you click on this. This is your repo URL. Click on this to copy that URL. Then you write git remote add origin and paste that URL. Not this. So git remote add and whatever the URL of the repo was, and you press enter. And you to check if this has been added, you can type git remote, and you see that there was something called origin remote. This origin remote is nothing but an alias for this URL. So origin means this URL. Now if I push these changes, git push origin master. I see that something called a new branch has been added, and something called these number files have been pushed to my this master branch on something on my GitHub. Let me try to go back. Uh, Try to refresh. You will see there is something called a master branch, and you will see that all the changes that you had will now be shown here. Before there is some before master used to be the default branch in both Git and GitHub. Now GitHub has changed the default branch to main, and but the Git already only has the default to master. So there are two separate branches. Before there was only one branch called master, which was the main branch. So now you can see that there are all the files that you had in your local are pushed to a repository, and you can share this repository with anyone. And if I go to the commits, I see that all the commits that I did in my local are now present in my remote repo that is on GitHub. Yeah. Any questions in this? Let me go ahead. Do something next. Suppose I want to clone an repository. Suppose there is a repository which in GitHub which I want to directly clone instead of creating on my local machine. So what you can do is copy the URL of any repository, and in my command line I suppose write git clone and that repository URL. Sorry. What else? If you do this, what you will see that in my home, this repository, where it is, this trying it repository have been is directly been cloned to uh, our local machine from GitHub, and this will come with every git initialized, uh, git init initialized. Now let's go to something called what we call a pull request. Uh, now you saw that there was, you push your changes to a master branch, and suppose you want to merge those changes into your main branch. You will get this pop-up here which will tell you to create something called a pull request. You click on that. You see that there is nothing. Uh, it's not that. Let me try to do something like this. Let me try to create a new branch called feature 3. In that I make some changes. And commit those changes. And you write anything. And I push this branch instead of the master branch now. Origin feature 3. Now if I go back to my repository, there is something called a feature 3 branch. And I try to merge that into my master branch. Now it is showing me that there has been one file changed, and this has been the number of changes, and I want to merge that into this branch. I want to merge that feature branch into my master branch, and you can keep any name, and you create something called a pull request. When you go to file changes, you will see all the changes that were done. And if you are the owner of the repository, you will get an option to merge this branch. But if you are not the owner, you will not get any something this part. So if I do this and click confirm, then I go back to my trying it master branch, hello world.py. I see that that particular line has been added to my hello world.py branch file. Yeah. Does this make sense? Are there any questions? Now suppose those changes that you did were only for if I go back to my master branch, I see that those changes are not present. But those changes were present, are present in my GitHub. So I want to get this code which is present on my remote repo to my local repo. And so I did git pull origin master. So what I see is that all the changes that have been done on my master branch in GitHub have been pulled to my local repository. There is another concept called forking a repo. In that, suppose there is this repository, develop labs git workshop. We you will not have access to this repository. So what you can do is click on this fork icon. What this will do is create a copy of this repository in your for you. So now I can clone this repository and now suppose I open it in code, my VS Code. So this is my git workshop repository, and here I suppose create a file hello.txt and I write anything hello and I push this current now add this. And then I push this. You see that the default branch for this is main because in GitHub the default branch has been set to main. So instead of doing git push origin master, you do git push origin main. Now if you go back to your local, the forked repo that you had and try to refresh it, you said that there is a hello.txt file present, but when you check this git workshop 2020 file, git workshop 2020 original repo, that file is not present because those changes are only present in the version of the fork repo. So what you can do is go to this your full version, click on click pull request, and this time you will see that uh, from your forked version of the repo, you are trying to merge changes into the original repo and create pull request. Now this original repo, in this original repo, you can now merge this. The owner of that repo will merge that pull request or ask for any changes, something, anything like that, and you can merge that. If the owner will merge that, you cannot merge that. Any questions in this?
I have a question. So when you create a branch in your local, do you need to create that branch in a remote to push it?
No. If you push that branch from your local, that branch will automatically be created in GitHub.
Okay. So what do you mean when you say check out for a commit and not check out for a branch?
Can you repeat that question?
When you explained check out for a commit, I didn't get then what I was doing there.
Oh, in that was like there are 3 commits. तो अगर तेरे को कोई previous commit देखना है तो वो उसके लिए commit उसके लिए, और branch का मतलब हुआ कि अलग अलग फीचर के लिए तुम अलग अलग पाथ चूज कर रहे हो और चेंजेस खाली उसी में कर रहे हो, और उसी फिर उस ब्रांच को तुम गिटहब में पुश कर रहे हो, फिर उस ब्रांच से तुम एक पुल रिक्वेस्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हो जो मेन ब्रांच है गिटहब का।
चेकआउट से व्यूइंग के लिए है ना खाली?
हाँ, चेकआउट कमिट व्यूइंग के लिए, चेकआउट ब्रांच एक ब्रांच पे जाने के लिए और उसमें चेंजेस करने के लिए। I guess this is it. Any questions?
So guys, if you have any questions, you can perhaps ask now or on the Discord as well. Also, let us know how you feel about this workshop. Anything you liked or didn't like. I have floated a feedback form. It is anonymous. You can fill it out and perhaps help us improve these sessions so that every one of us can benefit. So you can fill out this form and let us know how you feel. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask now or on Discord. Both works. And I really appreciate that you guys have stayed till the very last, because it's a bit overwhelming in the starting. It's not everyone can learn things so fast. Yeah, it is a bit overwhelming. It was for us as well. And if you guys just stick around, you'll start learning it. That's basically it. Tanuj, if you have anything else.
No.
So ठीक है, वो feedback form है. Feel free to fill it out and let us know. And yeah, I think we can end this. Okay, so Tanuj, can we end this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.